Hello friend, it's Tonton. In today's video, I wanted to kind of make a quick update on my city on state 3054 and kind of talk about the state of free-to-play in Whiteout Survival because things change a lot since I started. I started the game over 2 years ago and now they added Labyrinth, Daybreak Island, extra reward on Bear Trap, Expert, which we don't have yet but we'll have soon in Gen 3, things like that. So overall, it really changed quite a bit, to be honest. And we'll review where the city is at, and to give you some context, how many days we are playing and everything like that. So let's go with it. So let's start to complete some events today, and that will show you where I can be. Basically, at the free-to-play. This account is 100% free to play. I did not buy any packs, not even the second builder, not even, see, like I still need to activate it with gems, not even the 6 March, I still need to unlock it. If you look at the deals, I still have the first purchase here. So no, not even €1 was spent on that account. And we are the day after SVS prep. And I can push, SVS prep was last week. And I can push to Fire Crystal 1 already. That's pretty good. So we will push for it because I'm gonna stop playing that account suit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But just wanted to show you what happened when you reach Fire Crystal 1, and that you can do it quite quickly as a free to play. And let's look at the ranking now. Furnace level, we are top 24, and again that's a free to play account 100%. If you look at total power, of course, we are a bit lower, top 40. If you look at exploration stage, we are not doing so bad, 38. That's actually quite okay. If you look at total hero power, we start to drop a lot, 68, 87 for the total hero power. Pets, will be 400 something because I'm accumulating and did not use everything I can, so I might be a bit higher. Island, we are 73. So you see where we are, right? 54. So depending on where I have kind of a way to optimize the free-to-play. So here exploration by having the right combination of heroes, so 38, or choosing the right heroes to promote. Labyrinth, where you can play a bit with the ratio as well, things like that. You see I'm ranking in the top 60, top 40. When it comes to like spending money and power, then I go back to top 60 to top 90, right? And that's not too bad at the free-to-play. So that's what you can expect. So free-to-play is actually in your decent spots. If you look at my gear, it's all blue 1 star. I'm going towards T2 3 stars golden to unlock the exchange here. You should be doing. And if you look around in our alliance, you see of course Fire Crystal 1 and 3, but many are not. Many are not. And I'm quite ahead compared to many players that are free to play or even spenders. And of course, I cannot go faster than the music, like we say. So. And I even have some Fire Crystal left, so I could start to work toward a camp. Let's see how much is the camp, I forgot. Yeah, I could do 3 out of 5 on the camp, right? So I nearly got the T1 troop, and again, we are the week after SVS, so that's really cool. In terms of buildings, so the way, if you followed my previous videos and if you follow my guide, so you focus on the furnace, then you focus on the embassy, then you focus on the camp. So all of these are 30 by a long time now. Then you focus on the research center, then you focus on the command center, right? Then my choice was to boost a bit the building for production. I was afraid that promoting T-Train troops will be resource heavy and I will miss resources, so I did a bit of resource, and now I'm doing the last 2 buildings that I need to. I'm doing infirmary and actually the storehouse, so we're gonna finish let's finish that while we are here. Oh, but we did, sorry, let's do that then. We got the biggest building construction time, so let's reduce these as well. So you see, I need to burn some of things in my bags. Okay, I'm lacking a tiny bit. So, but I've done, I just done a lot, so that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So that's gonna be solved very soon. So you see, resources is a bit tight. So that may be the next point I want to talk to you about. These are done. All troops are promoted to T30, so that's I've done during SVS. That was okay for resources. And resources overall, it's a lot easier, sorry, for free to play than it used to be. I don't have a farm. I did not spend a single euro. I could do nearly everything in time. See, at the end, in terms of resources for promoting Titan, I was missing a tiny bit of troops. Buildings, I cannot do whatever I want whenever I want, but most of the time I can. And I missed, I think, one third of the bear trap. So when you do bear trap, you get, which I could do bear trap today, but you see, I just do one round of rallies, so I could have a lot more rewards, and I got the reward, but you see, it's like 21 million. It's a lot, and right now I'm missing a few million of that, and not even. So that's I'm missing a third of them. So if you do not miss bear trap, if you care about, I did not do snowbuster, I did not do fishing tournament. Many of these bigger events that are very time consuming, I did not do. I did the usual one, the 2 days events. I'm doing a bit of that to help the alliance. I've been doing this kind of event, the All of Chief. I've done all of that, so that's helping for resources. So resources is easy. You can do it on your own without a farm. If you play the game seriously, I still suggest you have a farm, either to sustain yourself and support yourself in the moment that are a bit tough, like promoting T10, starting Furnace 30 and these moments, and be able to make points for your state later in SVS with your farm. That will be really important. That's one of the big challenge I think we have in 948 is we face people that have many farms active to make points for SVS, and of course we could save a bit better, of course we could do a lot of things, but when you see the point they are making with these farms for the last two SVS, it's really important to have farms to make points properly, and that could be totally another guide and another topic. So that's where we are with building. Resources were kind of heavy and easy, and the main thing for resources that's really helped and really changed that the hunting achievement here, and you see I did not push it for a while. I could go to maybe 200 million at that stage, because that's I've done with one round of rallies, I've done nearly 50 million. Where is it? I've done 50 million. You have five rounds of rallies, so that could be 250, and that's a day where we are not buffed, so the wells are not buffed and everything. So I could get a lot more resources, which will make, if you do that, you will have no problem with resources. If you do all the bear plus you push regularly for your best rewards, you will be able to do everything. In terms of research, we keep pushing. It did not progress much in the last update. We keep pushing here. Right now I'm focusing on improving my research speed, so then everything I'm doing after that is faster. So that's really important. That we'll do the next 3 one, which this one was like 6 days. The next one will be 18 days or something, and the last one might be 50 or 60 days. So all of my speed ups would have, if I would kept playing that city, will go there basically. They will go into that one, and will be the push here, and then I will start to do I will do tiny bit more training, maybe one more building here because that's not too long, but you don't really have need to do it. Economy, I'll likely skip it for now. If I could be Furnace 30, promote all the troops to T10, that's okay to skip, and then I will start to pour a lot of points into battle. Upgrading regional expansion to get more deployment capacity for Crazy Joe, for Bear Trap, for every event where you are in. You have more troops, you make more points, because your stats when you are joining someone else's rally, they are not being counted. The stats of the player you are joining the rally of are counted, so you do not care that much about your stats as a free-to-play, as a rally joiner. You want as much deployment capacity as you can, so you can send more troops and make more points in event and have the highest level of troops possible, so you want to push that as well. So I will go through these, do a bit of health and lethality on the way for health for infantry, lethality for marksmen as a priority. Lancers, I'll kind of leave them behind for now. Lancers are a lot more useful a bit later in the game. Early days, like, infantry and marksmen are enough. Of course, do a bit of Lancers. Do not, don't have them lag behind too much, but get to this deployment capacity. 2k troops is a lot, right? And you get 6 upgrades, so that's a lot more troops in your marches, and that will help you to kill, more polar terrors, more things like that. You will go a bit higher and stuff like that, and you will make more points again in Crazy Joe, all the other good events. So that's where we are with the research. Command Center and Labyrinth, it's not crazy, but it's a really good income as a free-to-play. You can get some chief gear that are really good. You can start to accumulate mithril, which I would suggest too, even if it does not make sense now. That will be a big bottleneck later. So if you are early in, you know, I will suggest to consider getting mithril right away. Because that's once a week, and then you know you will later buy it with arena. When you buy enough of these, you will be able to buy it in arena later as well. But that will be a big bottleneck, and mithril is super expensive to get, so I will suggest that. But if you look at the ranking here as well, leaderboards, we looked at the overall, we are 55, but you know we are doing 40 with the hero gear, so that's really good. Cave with the pets, we are low because we are waiting on them to upgrade for an event. Chief gear, glow mine is what is chief gear, I forgot. But you see 72, Earth Lab, Research, 500, because of course I don't do battle research, so I'm very behind here. That's fair enough. Dark Forge, which is a chief gear, I think. You know, same, I'm not spending money, so you see I'm lagging behind. And then Gaia's Heart, which is like everything nearly. I'm lagging, it's everything as well. I'm doing okay here, basically, because the troop ratio is really important, and similar to Lane of the Brave, troop ratio are really important, so that's part of what I cover in another video. But your first match with your main heroes should be 60, 10, 30, and your extra one or two march with your best heroes, except Gina, and if you can remove the blue ones as well, they should be 45, 10, 45. That's the best ratio I know. Two march or one march with 45, 10, 45, your secondary and third march, and then your main march 60, 10, 30. That's the best for Land of the Brave, and the last one as well, Gaia's Heart. Yeah, arena, you know, not expecting too much of arena. So let's get out of the city for a while, and let's talk about free-to-play overall. I was not there Saturday for SVS, but I could actually participate with a full army of Titan troops. So I could have been helpful, you know, maybe they will want to have Fire Crystal troop in the middle eventually, which will be sure they will want next time. But you see, I'm already nearly unlocking all the troops, right? By the next SVS, I will have unlocked all the camps. So that's really good. Free to play, I find there are a lot of better spots for two reasons. The main reason is you have more events and you get more reward, and particularly as we've seen, like the bear trap rewards. So you don't like as much resources. It's not such a struggle to come to Furnace 30, so you are not lagging as much behind, and you can actually participate with nearly the highest level troops. So that's one thing. The resources is a lot more easy. And then in Gen 3, you will have to start the experts, which we don't have right now, but we will have like in a month or something. An expert will increase the daily intel missions. The double after a month of playing the expert, you will have double. You will have don't double, but you will have an extra round of intel mission. So you will have 33% more intel mission. You will have more points for the mystery badge shop, which is more than doubling how much you get. So you can go from 80 per day with your daily mission to 200 with Agnes. And that means that you can get some of these chests that are really important to progress your pets, and that will be really important to progress your pets. Or you can get some widgets to progress a bit stronger on your heroes. Widgets and heroes are becoming obsolete, so I would not suggest to spend all your points onto widget. I will actually suggest to spend more or less half on half. Buy some pet advanced materials, custom chests regularly, so you can progress and you can get mostly what is hard to get is the serums, right? So that's something actually I should do for myself, because that will be the tough things to do with your pets. So that's make it very easy. Expert will make it, a lot easier for the first level, because you will get more essence stones as well, and you will get 4-5 extra per bear. And you see right now, 4 extra essence stones per bear is 50% more, so it's a lot. And a whale, to get an extra level on their piece of gear, they will need 110 or 150, which they will buy with money. But for you, you might need 10, 40, 50 essence stones at the beginning for the first, the coming months. So levels of chief gear, of hero gear will be quite cheap, and these 4 extra essence stones or 5 extra essence stones per bear that you will get in 1 month after Gen 3, if you play well your experts, that's gonna be an amazing boost, because that will help you to pass the first levels of hero gear a lot faster, and that's really cool. Something that I find really cool as well, and I cannot show you now, but we're nearly there, I could have waited, is that Intel Mission are giving Fire Crystal, and they are giving more than they used to give. Right now you can get even 2 Fire Crystals per mission, plus Gen 3, you will have Agnès that give you an extra round of Intel mission. So that's a lot more Fire Crystal. So between, being, it's more easy to get on time to Furnace 30, so to get as much Fire Crystal as possible. It's easier to promote your troop, you don't miss resources, and you get overall more Fire Crystal every day. You're not gonna lag as much as you used to lag behind Spender 2 years ago. I could not have been 2 years ago Fire Crystal 1 the week after SVS. It was not possible because you will get less from Fire Crystals here, and I will probably not be Furnace 30 already. I might just be Furnace 30 now or in another week, and even if I use the farm. Because it was a lot harder to do with the resources. It was very tough on resources. That's really, really good thing. So overall, I find the free-to-play, of course, they are lagging behind Wales quite a bit, and that's, that's a pay-to-win game. That's something you need to accept if you are a free-to-play or load spender. That on this game, they have people that spend a crazy amount of money. We've seen the new skins. I made a video yesterday about the new skins. Some of the skins are for people that are spent up to $750K, right? $750K. I don't know if you imagine, that's nearly $1 million. That's the cost of, of many flats or a big house. In some countries, it's like you are crazy rich. So we are speaking crazy money. So they will always go faster than you. That's not a problem in, unless you want to be them, and then you need to play games where there is no pay to win aspect of it, and you can just be the best because you play the most, or you are the best because you play the best. But in these mobile games, when they are pay to win, you need to be at peace with that kind of side, and your role is a rally joiner, is a filler, so you will be the one that join the rally, and that's really important as well. Like good rally leaders and good spenders, they need good rally joiners. And you are a good rally joiner by being on time with your Furnace 30, by increasing your Fire Crystal level, so you can be, you can have the highest level troops possible. And that's why my guide are suggesting you to pick up these heroes and the highest level troop that will support that will allow you to be the best rally joiner, and as well, be strong for yourself so you can have fun in events like Foundry and everything. So without going into much more details, I think free-to-play are in a decent position, that the best they have been in a long time. I know some of you are asking for more and more and more, and when we saw the globe skins, yesterday it was like, oh, but it's all, the whales got so much, and they have been doing quite a bit lately, and that's things that are coming a bit later down the road. It could be commissioned for War Academy later for when you are Fire Crystal 5 and above. It's adding extra intel missions. With Agnès that give you a lot more, Fire Crystal Shard. They improve, many things, many rewards as well that are scaling up in events and everywhere, where it makes you, other free-to-play, it puts you in a very decent spot. And if you look at my other accounts, and that's, showed as well, you see that's my main account that spend money on, so on YouTube, right? And that's my farm. My farm is this one. Is as old as Tonton YouTube. I did not play it for 30 days. I stopped, I logged off from it for 30 days. And on the only things I've purchased on it ever, and you can see it in the top-up gift, is, I've bought, 1.5 here, it says. So that's the second March and the 6th March, and the second builder, right? That's the only spending I've done in that farm. That farm is as old as my main. And if you look around, I'm FC9 with my farm. I did not play it for a month. I'm FC10 with my main. So there is one Furnace difference, and there is a big difference in gear and stats and charms and everything. So my main is a lot stronger. But you see, at the free-to-play, at the low spender, if you keep following what I'm saying, my guide, if you keep following my advice, if you play the game properly, you don't have to be the one that's lagged behind and you are Fire Crystal 5. If you look around, we have people that are, Fire Crystal 5, 6, 7, these people have stopped playing the game for a while. These people did not play properly. These people did not have the right priorities in mind. They did not do every day their daily mission. There is something that happened that makes them lagging behind that much. They were very slow to get to Furnace 30 because they didn't know how to rush it. And then they missed many Fire Crystal. Whatever is their story, I'm not judging them. I'm just that could be you if you do not play properly. And as well, that could be you if you play properly. That's just what I wanted to say. It's a very good account. It has decent shift gear, decent charms. I don't do Frostfire Mine. I miss more than half of the Sunfire Castle battle for charms. I miss half of the bears at the beginning. I'm just doing them because I'm in the main alliance and I'm doing them at the same time. But if the account was in a farm alliance with the bear at a different time, I would not do it. I would not care to do it. And you see, I still have some of my hero gear that is red. You know, it's not crazy, but it's played, it's optimized properly. I've made most of the decisions were the right ones. Most of the, you know, the action was the proper one, and you can do something at the free-to-play. If I used it, it would be a great rally joiner account. And, you know, it could even be better if I have played all the fishing tournament that I did not, all the foundry I did not, all the canyon I did not, all the SVS and, you know, Sunfire Castle battle I did not, and all of that. So free-to-play overall, I find them in a decent spot. Of course, they could do more. Of course, they could help a bit. But over the last year, they really did quite a few things for free-to-play. It's a lot better when I started. And I might make a follow-up video one day, collect like some of my own thought about what could be an improvement for free-to-play. And, you know, based on your feedback as well, what you guys think. One of the great things they've done is they made experts available Gen 3, which will be in a month from now on this account. I wish it was Gen 2. I even wish it was Gen 1. I think it will be really, really helpful sooner. But Gen 3 is already soon enough. It will help a lot of people to not be as behind as they used to be compared to whales. And yeah, maybe some story you don't know about me. I started in 4.22. I stopped when we reached Fire Crystal 5. Fire Crystal 4 and 5 unlock. And I was Fire Crystal 2 at the time. I've used to play other similar game in the past, like Clash of Clans, which is quite different, but even Rise of Kingdom many years ago. And what I remember from Rise of Kingdom is you should not rush. You should upgrade all your production building. You should upgrade everything and go slow. And Clash of Clans was kind of the same strategy. You upgrade everything properly and you do not rush, right? So with that mindset, I did not rush. I did everything, upgrade all of my building one by one. Did not push to get Furnace 30 as soon as possible. I did all of that at the same time, and I ended up being Furnace 30 late. I could not take part in the first few Sunfire Castle. I watched YouTube a bit late as well, and I found the guide that were saying, hey, rush to Furnace 30, dude, don't wait. It's okay in this game. So all of that. So I started over in 665. Because I was too behind at the free-to-play at the time, I spent maybe 50 euro on the game over 4-5 months. So I was really, really low spender, $10 a day, $10 a month, sorry, 10 euro a month, something like that. And I was like, okay, so my account is messed up. I'm too behind. I will be, some of these people I've shown you, but that will be people that are right now 26, like 26, 27. I'll be kind of that kind of player on my first city, and I started over to not make mistake as much. And that's why my farm as well is such in a good position. Is I started fresh and I started properly with the right priorities in mind, the right understanding of the game. So I'm hoping that everything I'm doing here on YouTube help you with that, prevent you to making the mistakes I've made, and hopefully you can develop at the strong, free to play, medium spender, big whale. Some whales I'm talking to me in private as well for suggestion. I hope you guys, are finding useful information, even if you are kind of out of my league when it comes to spendings. But I'm trying to, get knowledge from the whales I know as well, and get good tips for you guys. So hopefully I can help everyone out. Consider subscribing, consider joining the Discord, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.